Nigeria, a blessed arable land for agricultural cultivation. Cost of food and its scarcity should not be traceable to her. The question is what has gone wrong? Why the sudden upsurge in the rate of food, thereby creating scarcity? Several postulations have been alluded to this. Some say it is the exchange rate, while others say it is the insecurity in our land. Whatever might be the reason, part of the solution has come. Meet a man who decided to leave his lucrative banking career to go into farming. But the question is, what method of farming is a reverend and a PhD holder go into?
My first degree is a computer science with mathematics, Obafemi Awolowo University. I was a banker before I picked interest in farming in the year 1998. I was still in the bank. I started it in a little way, and since then, in 2003, I finally resigned and settled to farming. And since then, I've been living on farming. Farming is the oil of Nigeria, but we lost our priority by thinking the Niger Delta oil is the oil of Nigeria. No matter who you are, wherever you are in the world, be the president, you be anything, you must eat. And if you can go into farming, you are saving lives, because everyone that eats your produce are living. If nobody goes to farming, then life is cut short. Go to our countries where there are droughts, where there are wars, and they couldn't get food. You see the consequence of it. Nigeria is highly blessed with land and other components, but Nigeria look at farming as a second fiddle.
How did he arrive at this type of farming?
I started this project about 4 years ago. Went into research on how we can help households to have basic needs in their home. As a computer person, I look at it that let me do research on how some other ways of farming that we attract youths, that we attract the nobles, that we attract the rich, and that we attract the poor. And I came about this superphonic farming. I did experiments with farming in bags concept. I experimented it with about 200 pieces of yam, and we had bomber harvest.
How can this method of farming contribute to our food sufficiency?
In this house, we don't buy pepper, we don't buy onion, we don't buy tomato, we don't buy chicken, we don't buy virtually anything. Everything is within the compound. And I do tell people you don't need to go in a large form. If it is 20, you can do in your compound. If it is 30, the pepper you remove from 30 stand is removed from what you will buy in the market. The tomato you will remove from 50 stand is removed from what we buy in the market.
What is the level of awareness and popularity of this type of farming?
Very, very highly acceptable. Today, I have over 10,000 followers, both in Nigeria and abroad. I have followers in US, in UK, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar. People are, I have WhatsApp page that people ask questions. People are practicing. Even I was surprised that people are practicing the same thing when I teach them in the US. Someone called me in Maryland, in the US, that he has planted 70 bags. He said he got some yam, they call it Ghana yam, and he has planted it in pots. He couldn't get wasted bags, but he used a flower pot, and they are doing well.
How can we make youth embrace superphonics farming?
One of the people I'm mentoring in Ilorin, he engaged the youth in his church, and they cultivate 600 bags within the church premises. Those youth were happy to even be seen that they are planting within the church premises, and their yam is growing. NTA came to interview them. NTA Ilorin came to interview them. And they are happy to tell people that they now have become farmer. The pastor did not gather money and start sharing to the church youth. So let government stop all this wastage of sharing money. It's just a way of looting the money.
The government must take farming seriously if truly we want to eradicate hunger in the country.
Encourage youth to go back to farm. And encouraging youth to go back to farm is not giving them money. Provide an enabling environment. Like a government will go and buy tractor and put it in local government offices. It's waste of money and waste of resources. Form these people into cooperative, large cooperative. Provide land for them. Give them farming tools. Not that you just start giving them money. If you give them money, many of them will misuse the money.
Reverend Dr. Akintunde Abraham showed us the techniques in superphonics farming.
Get small black soil, put in a bucket, plastic like this. But first and foremost, perforate the plastic so that when you are wetting, it will not be waterlogged. Like the olden days farmers, we always do, they will till the land. But in our own case, we've improvised a way of doing it. All these are tomato beds. You can see this one already germinated. These are chili peppers. After the nursery, after the 21 days, they were transplanted into each of these bags, one per bag. And after 2 months, I just saw they started bringing flowers. A particular section of the compound was used for 1,080 stands of tomato. We just finished harvesting it, and now we are replacing the bag with okra. You can see okra is already coming out. These are the yam stand. We have about 280 yam within this place alone. 280 bags planted here. Number one, it contains less space. Number two, they mature quickly. Within 4 to 5 months, you start harvesting. Number three, is not rain dependent. You can keep on wetting. You can keep on wetting the yam as soon as possible. You plant, you harvest, you plant, you harvest. So this yam, to plant it is very easy. Just load a cement bag up to half, put your yam seed and cover it with sand up to 3/4. Then, if there's no rain, wet it twice in a week. If there's rain, leave it, let the rain wet it. Some people will say, would they perforate? Don't perforate anything. This sack cannot retain water. As soon as the water is much, it will evaporate by itself, or it will escape by itself.
With all these innovations fully embraced and harnessed by all, we can be rest assured we will not only be self-sufficient in the country, but can also produce for export.